Alright, so we're going into the 6th match of the night. We have our current king, Kangwook, finally showing his way through there after 2 losses. So on his 3rd try, it's a charm. He defeats Hash there in a pretty convincing ZVP on, ZVT there on Scrap Station. So very well done. So we are going to go into the next game. Skillet is our next challenger here against Kangwook. Skillet getting the southwestern spawn here as the green Protoss, and the current king, Kangwook, as the yellow Zerg in the northeastern spawn. So for anybody that is wondering about the tournament, this is the L2SC Challenger. We're putting on basically a 3-day King of the Hill, a handful of invited players, as well as a number of players from the chat. Between every 2 to 3 matches, we will ask a question in the IRC chat, so please hop in there if you are watching this live. If you're watching this on the VOD, you'll have to tune into the next video to find out what the question was. But basically, if you are watching this live, hop in the stream chat with us. It is the IRC chat. You can find it very easily embedded on L2SC.tv. This is Iced, of course, from L2SC TV, and I am casting all night tonight, and I will be probably here next week as well, of course. So really fun to do these little King of the Hills. Want to get some more matches out, give away some cash. Quick rules for everybody: the winner of the night, the person with the most consecutive wins, so the longest time in the king chair, will win $50 cash at the end of the night. $20 if you can win 5 consecutive games. And that's on top of the 50 as well. So every 5 consecutive games you win $20. And if you are the player that can take out somebody after a kill streak of 5 wins, so dethroning somebody with 5 consecutive wins will net you $10 right out of the gate, and then you will be able to take over their chairs. So we'll see if Kang has what it takes to continue to build on his 1-game streak, as Skillet is denying that fast expand actually right now. If Kang doesn't really have the minerals to throw that down just yet, he did open up with a pool. Looks like a forge on the low ground for Skillet, so he may try to get some cannons there. Very, very long rush distances here. As you can see, Skillet went right across the map there. Kang doing the same kind of thing, scouting that out. Going to see that it is definitely pretty open. Double pylon, triple pylon. I don't know if this still works. Pylon blocked. Kang is going to send the drone on patrol. Needs to move more drones. He is going to do just that. Pylons are going to want to get canceled. There we go. Yeah, Kang is going to... Skillet's going to abandon that. No real loss there. Does lose a little bit of resources for the pylon and the probe, but nothing too major. But there are Zerglings on the way. Skillet's going to need to think about getting his own cannon down, though. The Nexus is down. Obviously, the natural expansion for Kang just gets started, so... going to be very interesting to see if Kang can hold in this, because yeah, he's got the little bit of an advantage now, but this is obviously a pretty big map, and not really the best Zerg favored map. Of course, is anytime the Zerg are given the opportunity to actually go up against more tech. Obviously, we saw in the first game there, playing against like that Colossus Void Ray ball, very, very difficult for most Zergs. So Skillet's going to wall off here. The cannon does get done on time. The Scout Zergling is going to get attacked by that cannon, so going to turn away, see that the Forge was the opening. So Kang does a great job, a picture-perfect job of stopping that cannon rush. Very, very close, though. Those 3 pylons would have caused an amazing amount of problems. But yeah, it's good job, Kang, holding in on that. So he is going to get his natural started. Skillet does see that. It's going to turn away the probe just scouting out. But he is going to start the 3rd, actually, before the 2nd one's done. The probe is not going to get denied from that. So that's going to be very, very telling. Skillet is going to be aware that he's on 3 base, trying to drop a pylon to the high ground. The Zerglings are definitely going to catch that. Skillet's going to have to cancel that pylon. He does. But yeah, so getting that 3rd base started just before even his natural started, very, very sneaky from Kang, going into a very heavy macro. Great idea. You can see that Skillet couldn't really tech. He was left behind because he did that cannon rush, or tried to get those cannons out. Also falling behind in probe production just a little bit here, Skillet is. I don't know if he's cutting probes on purpose, but he's throwing down a Cybercore. 2nd gateway is being thrown down, so... he is going to fall a little bit behind in terms of his macro, basically just going into that game. Warp Gates just started now at the 6-minute mark. This is generally when Warp Gates are finishing for most Protoss, so very, very difficult to recover from, but the Protoss do have the higher, more shiny units, so we'll see if they can definitely work with their strengths there, try to power through. Lots of Zerglings, though, for Kang coming out. Baneling's Nest for Kang coming out. He is just going to try to bust him, possibly. No layer tech, only 2 gas going right now. Third base just getting started. No Queen here just yet. But wow, 4 more gates being thrown down, so he will be on a 5-gate. Skillet will be on a 5-gate build right now. Still only on those 2 base, of course, and he's chrono boosting some attacks, so trying to get those attacks out as quickly as he can. Zergling's just checking to make sure no additional cannons have been built. They have not, so when this Baneling Nest completes, he is going to try to bust here. Zergling speed will be finished approximately the same time as well, so it's going to be very, very good timing for Kang. He needs to do this before this warp gate finishes, and a whole ton of units are warped in on here for Skillet. Right now he only has that 1 Zealot, so we'll see if he can hold on to this. There are the Banelings. There are 6 Banelings. Gonna just need to bust this pylon, actually, if you notice. It is powering the whole top side. Oh snap, that pylon will definitely fall. Baneling goes off right on the Zealot there. The Zerglings do get right in. The Zealot's hard pressed to hold the Stalker. Really good finish on the wall from Skillet. Zerglings do get denied though. Wow, very, very solid hold from Skillet. Let that be a lesson to you guys there. Be very careful if the pylon is your supporting structure. More Zerglings coming in. Cannon does get repowered. 4 Zerglings make it into the main of Skillet. They are going to run around though. Want to gain intel here, actually, as much information as you can get. Stalkers being warped in here as the Zerglings kind of check out the entire base of Skillet. See that he is still quite a bit behind, only with the 5 gates. And the really kind of broken wall now, as it looks like those Zerglings do get cleaned up on the high ground. Oh, you sneaky, trying to hide them. There's more Banelings being warped in on the low ground. Yeah, there they are. So Banelings on the high ground for Kang. That's going to be very sneaky, as looks like he's getting attacked. Oh yeah, it takes out a handful of probes there. Some probes being moved away. Zealot takes a little bit of damage there. And here come more Banelings on the high ground. They're going to try to get that pylon. Very good use of force fields there to close the door on the Banelings. Not able to do enough damage to the forge or anything like that, of course, to bring it down. Looks like layer tech still not started for Kang. Ooh. Kang's giving away a bit of his lead here with this continual Baneling bust. The more the Protoss mines, he's getting onto his 4th gas. It looks like still only 2 gas for Kang. No layer tech. Robotics started right now for our Protoss player Skillet. So, the more and more kind of falling behind here. Actually, a food lead right now for Skillet. Even checking the worker counts, it's even. So that Baneling bust not proving to be what Kang needed. He lost a lot of ground on that, so he's falling way, way behind in terms of that Baneling bust. So we'll see if Kang can hold on there, as it looks like Zerglings are going to start working on the rocks, opening up the mid-ground some more. Kang still has map control, which is very important, but there is a fearsome army of Skillet kind of working through the middle here. He's just going to push forwards a little bit. Clears out the Banelings. He has +1 ground weapons, looking at +1 armor right now, so he'll be 1-1 very shortly. Observer coming out right now for Skillet with that robotics. Nothing else to follow up. More spine crawlers being thrown down. Just mass spine crawler Baneling Zergling here. Layer tech finally started for Kang at the 12-minute mark, where he had his opponent contained. He finally got the this layer tech started, so quite a bit behind. He is opening up the mid-ground pretty good, but definitely behind on that. Skillet looking like he's just going to continually warp in those gateway units. He is going to be 1-1 very shortly versus the 0-0 Zerglings that he is up against right now. That ball, the Protoss ball, is looking fierce, just pushing through the mid-ground. Supply capping right now, Kang's on 86 food versus Skillet's 108, so definitely significant numbers in the Protoss favor. Number of Zerglings cleared out while they're attacking the rocks with no gain for Kang. Kang is going to rely completely on these spine crawlers and a handful of Banelings here to protect his third base. There are no units at the third base other than the spine crawlers. More spine crawlers being queued up. This is pretty significant Protoss ball, though, working their way up there. 1 Stalker, 2 Stalker poked down. Banelings being denied by the sentries there. Drones being denied as well. They are all clumped up. Force field's being refreshed very well. All the drones from Kang being given up. So Kang has given up a huge lead here, losing his third base. You can see how many larvae are here. Holy crap. That's 10 additional units that will be lost as well. If he does kill the larvae, or if he tries to, yeah, he will actually stay around and kill those larvae. So very, very wasteful on Kang's part. More units from Skillet being left there, so no losses. Kang thinking the third base of the Protoss is not there. Cleared out the middle ground, but definitely falling behind here. He's taking significant losses. The Zealots just quickly check if there's anything on the high ground. Immortal coming out and Robotics Bay coming out. Once he sees that there's more units on the main there, the Kang's going to pull back, but he is not going to be able to hold that. Skillet is going to pull right up into the front now. There's no units, just Spine Crawlers to defend this giant Protoss ball. 92 food right now for the Zerg, 130 for the Protoss, and just more damage being done. Here are the Roaches from the high ground being kind of warped, kind of blocked off. Yes, the Roaches are blocked off, actually. Very good force field. That one sentry pulled way ahead there to get that force field off, but there are just way too many Stalkers here. An Observer does not join the front over. It got taken out by that one Spore Crawler. Second base going down from Kang. It looks like the Roaches will make it to the low ground. The Immortal joins. Kang loses this. Skillet wins. Good game from Skillet. Kang gave away a giant lead. Will not hold on, and it looks like Skillet's going to continue on as our current one-time King of the Hill. So stay tuned, guys.